Hello and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, but I am so glad to see you. So today, as you can see by the thumbnail and just from me not being here for a little bit, I want to come on and kind of explain what's been going on the last couple of weeks, where the heck that I have been, the fact that I'm sorry I haven't gotten a video up, but at the same time, I'm so not sorry because I have gained so much clarity over the last couple of weeks. And in a nutshell, I just want to come and I want to share it all with you. So we are going to dive right in this video. So no, this is not a plan with me, but yes, this is my plan moving forward. So let's do it. So today does happen to be Valentine's Day, and to be completely honest, I was like, what better day than to come on here, show my love to those of you that have chosen to follow along on the journey here, to subscribe to my channel, to be here, to leave the incredible comments that you leave, to have those conversations with me in the comment section, to take any advice, to give advice of your own, all of that. What better way to give the love than to bring you a video on this day? Now, hopefully you are enjoying things, you are giving yourself love, you are loving on your family and all of that, and maybe you don't actually watch this on Valentine's Day, but I'm a big believer in celebrating a holiday for the full month. So my tiered tray will 100% stay beautifully Valentine's decorated for the entire month of February, and I will not change it until March. Okay, so I am here and just ready for it. I'm ready to just share all the love and hopefully inspire you to maybe do some digging, be willing to make some changes, to be a little whoa, we're kind of making some 360s in a really short amount of time, but being able to recognize that within yourself and being okay with that and being excited about that and just going on your own path, charting your own journey and feeling so darn good about it. So, like I said, I'm sorry, but also not sorry about the videos that I haven't gotten up, because if you watched my January and my New Year plan with me and all of that, I had said that it was a goal of mine to come and to create videos and to be delivering videos to you on a weekly basis. And you know what? In a perfect world, that would be what I would do. But I've never lived in a perfect world, and I don't know why I keep setting myself up with expectations that are perfection when that's just not my reality, or any of ours for that matter. And really, what actually happened is the last 2 weeks, I was more sick than I have ever been. Well, one of those weeks. The first week was just kind of a minor cold and I got over it. It was fine. And I was fine coming off of that cold for a couple of days, midweek. And then all of a sudden by the end of that, the start of the second week, I got hit again. And I got hit with a sinus infection. And I know sinus infection doesn't sound like it's a big deal. I get it. I know. It is the worst I have ever felt. The worst I have ever felt, and I don't know that I've ever been that sick. The weirdest part though was that it literally was from the neck up. The rest of my body felt fine, but I was so stopped up. My entire head was just pounding. I had headaches every single day. This specific cheek and then this entire side of my mouth, all of my teeth, throbbed. Absolutely throbbed. When I would sleep or nap, I couldn't sleep at night more than an hour to 2 hours because I would get so stopped up that I think that I wasn't breathing in my sleep. So I would wake myself up and I would wake up and I would be so much more stopped up. The headache worse than ever, absolutely brutal. I'm not really big on a lot of medicines, so I tried to take minimal medicines. I tried to do a lot of home remedy type of things. And then I finally was okay, I need to go to the doctor. Well, I got a hold of a nurse and she actually told me if your snot's not green and you don't have a fever, you're not getting antibiotics, because I just knew if I could get some antibiotics in my system, I would be good to go. Well, she told me you're not getting any. And I had someone after the fact that told me, they're why didn't you just lie and say that you did? And I was didn't think about that. But anyways, so I didn't lie and I didn't end up getting antibiotics. And so I had to keep just using over the counter type stuff. What ended up working for me was this trifecta of a nasal spray that had a steroid in it, which was a prescription that I'd had from previous, a nasal spray over the counter, Afrin, if you've ever heard of it. It essentially, when you put it in your nose, it feels like Vicks vaping rub that you can put on your chest or whatever. It feels like that, but it's immediately in your nose. And I'm goodness gracious, but it works immediately. And then I also used, what else? Oh, just a daily allergy medicines, like a Claritin, Zyrtec, whatever. So that was kind of the trifecta that I started using, and when I used that, it was good. However, I don't like relying on those sorts of things. So I only did those for a couple of days, and the nurse did in fact tell me if you do the nasal spray, the Afrin, for too long, your body will get like kind of addicted to it because it will expect to use that a lot. So that kind of freaked me out a little bit, so I stopped using that. Anyway, I dealt with that for an entire week. I ended up going to the chiropractor, which definitely helped, and I should have gone sooner. And I actually getting outside, weirdly enough, I'm pretty sure all of this started because of my seasonal allergies. It's been really warm here after being really cold here, and then it's gotten really cold again, and it's gotten really warm again. Like right now outside it's 63 degrees and we're February 14th, right? But there were a few days there that were like below freezing and super low temperatures and all of that. So my allergies tend to, you know, kind of go back and forth, and I get more stuffed up during that. Anyway, it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. I could not function. I did get outside and get my walks in because I am doing the 75 hard challenge. I did get outside and get my walks in, and I'm so thankful that I did, because just getting that fresh air was so good. Even though I had tissues in my pocket and I blew my nose like the whole time, I still did stretches. I did like 45-minute stretches indoors. I didn't do actual like lifting workouts. I took a break from the lifting program that I was doing, all of that. But I am so thankful that I kept moving my body, because I can only imagine how much worse I would have felt had I not done that. And those were very like low key forms of movement, but I don't do well sitting on the couch. And quite frankly, with how much I did in fact sit on the couch, my body was like achy or tired of sitting still, really. You know what I mean? Like I was tired of sitting still. I was tired of sitting on the couch, and my body needed to move. So it was truly a blessing in disguise that I was doing that challenge when this hit, and just all of the things. But now that I'm past all of that, so that I officially got done with that all this past weekend. So it is Wednesday. Sunday, I finally felt like pretty much me again. Blew my nose a little bit. I've still blown my nose a little bit here and there, but again, we have nice temperatures, my allergies, whatever. I'm still taking daily Claritin, like that kind of a thing. But otherwise, I'm not using the nasal sprays or anything else. So, but during this sickness, I need you to understand, and this might sound kind of woo-woo, and I'm not into the woo-woo. I'm fully a believer of our God, our Lord and Savior, like, but I think in the weirdest roundabout way, and honestly, it's not weird when you think about how God works in very, very interesting ways. It's not weird at all. But during those 2 weeks, as someone who literally has built a business over the last 6.5 years on health and wellness and helping others with that and taking care of my body and being just very, very proud of the fact that I do honor my body in a way that I take care of it. And because of that, I don't get sick. Like I'm a healthy human being, but it's because of the actions that I take on a day-to-day basis that I am that way. And so being sick, knowing that I've still been taking care of myself, knowing that like it was completely out of my control, was very, very hard and very defeating in my mindset. Not only that, but here I am starting a brand new month and I don't get a video out. I'm not making progress on other things that I'm working towards. I'm laid up on the couch and I'm getting essentially nothing done. And I'm starting to feel really, really bad about myself during a portion of this. But then, because I still took time to read my Bible every day, and I still took time to get outside and do my walks, and I still stretched, and I still did these things, which always help my mental health, especially during this time of year, I gained some serious clarity, and I truly, truly believe that God was using that to slow me down. I started off this year ready to go, like guns blazing. I have got my 12-week year. I've got my vision board. I've got my monthly vision board. I've got everything and just all of these things that I wanted to do. And I feel like I was almost that hamster that was like willingly jumping on the hamster wheel, ready to go. And I started my year off kind of like that. And I was only picking up momentum. And I think God was really pointing out to me, hey, we've worked really hard in the past to get away from this hamster wheel running type of situation. We're not going to go back there. You've done so much work. I'm going to slow you down for a second because I want you to pick up on this. And again, if you are a believer, you get this and you are probably like, yes, that was God. And if you're not, I'm praying for you that you listen, just listen, because He is giving us insight and sharing so much with us that a lot of times, I know for me personally, I'm missing a lot of signs, a lot of cues. You know, we're over here asking for signs, you know, God, just give me a sign. And I'm pretty sure it's happening more than we realize. And sometimes it will be really blatant signs and we'll be like, okay, I think that was a sign, but I'm not really sure. So go ahead and give me another sign, you know, and it's like, we're so greedy. And it's like, no. So through this, I very much felt like I'd gained some clarity, and I felt like I was being made to slow down for a reason. And when I really took a step back, and during those outdoor walks, because it's just like that fresh air and just like getting all of just the elements of the world and just everything, I appreciated my health more than ever, especially now that I'm feeling better again and all of these things. And I think that I realized when I look back, I'm like, I was on the path. Like I was like on the on-ramp to get on the interstate, to get up to 70 miles, 80 miles per hour, and to get going again. And I really feel this tug on my heart, and that God is calling me to slow down. Let's take some back roads. Let's drive the 30, 35, 40 mile per hour and take in the scenery. Let's take the scenic route. Let's look at all the things. Let's appreciate everything that you have in your life right now, and stop feeling like we need to be on the interstate, flying down the highway, missing every beautiful thing because we're going so fast we don't even know what's going on around us. And I'm a really visual person, so I hope that visual kind of helps explain what I'm talking about and like what I mean with the slowing down and all of that. So ultimately what it comes down to is I'm feeling called to do less, plan, and do more, live. And so in the event that you're watching this and you're like, well, I'm here on your channel because I love the planning and that's what I want to see and that's why I come back to these videos and all of that, I want you to know, like, I'm never going to just completely give up on planning. I 100% believe that having a plan creates structure in your life, and having that structure creates freedom. So I will still have a plan. I just don't know that I will do as many of the sit down, plan with me's and it being so focused on that, but instead my hope and my wish and my goal of what I want to bring to this channel and all of that moving forward is planning, but through living. I want to show more of what's going on, you know, and a little backstory too of why I think I was feeling this like rush to get all of these things done and to get on the interstate, if you will, is we're getting ready to start building our home. And we are in the process of, you know, trying to grow a family and just so many things. And so in my mind, I am like, okay, I have a lot of stuff that I haven't gotten done, that I haven't made progress on, that I feel like I need to do. I need to get going. I need to hurry up. Like I need to get these things in motion, in place. And like, you know, because I'm running out of time, because soon I'm going to be so focused on building a house. We're potentially about to start a new business as a family, and I'm going to be a big part of that. So I've got another business that I'm going to be focusing on. And then if we do grow a family, you know, like that's going to be something else that's going to take a ton of my time. And so I think I had this fear of like, if I don't hurry up and get these things done, if I don't get them started, everything that I've been working towards, that I've been wanting, that I've been desiring is going to fall to the wayside, and I'm going to have all these other things. And in a sense, when I really look at that, I'm like, but why is that a bad thing? Maybe that's where I'm meant to go right now. And I don't know. So I still have picked a Bible verse of the month, and I want to share it with you because I feel like it's very, very encompassing of kind of where I'm going and what I'm wanting and what I'm trying to explain in the event that this is confusing. And it's John 14:27. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Don't let your heart be troubled or fearful. That almost brings me to tears, number one, because it's just like that absolutely encompasses, don't be fearful, you know, don't be troubled, trust. He gave us peace for a reason, and I'm over here literally fighting against the peace that was given, the sacrifice that our Lord made so that we could live this life. And I'm over here like literally battling against that. And I feel so silly. I feel so convicted. I don't know. I feel like it's wrong. I don't know. I don't know how else to really spin that or to word that. And so with that, taking it a step further. So like I said, I just came to you a little over a month ago, and I shared with you my word of the year and my, you know, Bible verse of the month and my yearly vision board and my monthly vision board and all of the things. I am going to change my word of the year. and I'm changing it from overcome was the word that I had originally chosen. And I do still feel like that's very applicable, but this word feels a lot more like what I need to do. Much more faith-based. Overcoming obstacles was kind of the thought process that I had when I chose the word overcome. And so, like I said, that absolutely still applies, overcome. And so I think what I might actually do is I may leave overcome up on my whiteboard. I still have it up there. I think I may just add surrender up there, because essentially by surrendering, I am overcoming. I'm overcoming me trying to do it all on my own. And by surrendering, I'm giving it to God like I should have been doing this whole time. I'm trusting in him. I'm putting my faith in him. I'm accepting the peace that he has given me. I'm no longer going to be fearful or, wondering if this is right, because I'm having faith in him. So that feels so right. It feels so good. And my focus moving forward is I still want to accomplish things. And so I think that is where I struggle the most with this, is how do I still accomplish goals? Because I'm still motivated to do things, and we haven't started building our house yet, and we haven't started a new business yet, and we haven't started a family yet. So I still have time. It's not like I have to pick one or the other, but I want to go about it in a way where there's less busyness, there's less hurry, there's less stress, there's less fear, there's less have to, there's less go, there's less plan, and there's more live and enjoy and be peaceful. One thing that I have realized just in the last couple of days since coming off of this sickness and having these thoughts in my mind and just trying to kind of really wrap my brain around it is like taking care of my home. We're about to build a new home. We live in an old farmhouse. We've been here for a long time, a lot longer than either of us thought that we would be. And there are a lot of times where I have sat back and been like, well, we're going to build a different home someday, and then I will cherish that home. I will take care of that home more. And I found myself doing a lot of the bare minimum stuff here, and it being more of like a hurry up and check this task off of my list when I need to clean the house, versus it being like a really cherished time that like I get to take care of our home. I get to welcome my husband in every single night when he comes in from work. I work from home, but when he comes home from work, he works outside of the home. I get to welcome him in. I get to present him with a clean home, a tidy home, a dinner, a well-stocked fridge, like so many of these things. And I think part of it too, growing up, I never pictured myself necessarily as a housewife, and not that I'm necessarily like adopting that title, but ultimately I am. That is one of the jobs that I have as a wife. And again, going back to, my faith, being there for my husband, and submitting to him and helping him in that way is a great way that I can show up and be a loving wife and be a devoted, spouse. And that is so, so important to me. My relationship with my husband is so, so important. It is, other than my relationship with God, the most important relationship in my life. And it is something that I want to ensure that we continue to build on and develop and grow and just have respect and love. And I know that by doing that, by taking care of my home, by cherishing these things that I get to do, I show up better. I just have had more appreciation for my home, and my husband has had more appreciation for me. Not even that he's said it, but I have just felt it in his actions, and just when he walks in and him being happy and just excited to be home, where there were times in my life, in our lives, where, I'd be in here working, the house would be kind of a mess. I mean, I never let the house get like too messy because that just drives me insane, but the house would be messy, and he'd come in and there'd be, the floors hadn't been swept, or maybe there'd be a few dishes in the sink that I hadn't put away yet, or the dishwasher still needed to be unloaded because I'd been in here working the whole time. And ultimately what it comes down to is I don't want to just work and work and work. I also want to take care of this home and be proud of this home and own that part of what I get to do and what I want to do in this life of mine. So just more appreciation in general for what I have right now, right here today. Yes, we are about to build a home, and it will be something that I will absolutely cherish. But as I have learned just in reading the word and and being in the Bible and, you know, making my way through it, we won't appreciate when we get more if we don't appreciate what we already have, you know. And there's so much truth to that, and I have witnessed that and experienced that so many times where I don't want that, because then that's so greedy and I'm just unhappy, and because then you're always striving and you always want more and more and more and more and more. And as I've shared when we did our Thankful for 30 challenge, I'm not here for the more. I want to live in the now and appreciate and all of that. And what's so interesting is during that Thankful for 30 challenge, I was very much in this mindset that I'm in right now. But something happened between December 1st through basically the end of January, where all of a sudden I got back on this, I need to be on the hamster wheel and I need to go and I need to all of these things. I don't know. So that is kind of where we are, the changes that are coming, what I am, you know, no longer going to be doing, what I'm going to start doing, and just kind of where I want this to go from here. And this is me kind of calling myself out again and reminding myself again. And I may have to do this multiple times before I'm really getting there, because when we make changes, it's hard. We default to habits, and my habits here on this channel have been sit down videos, talk plans, talk goals, talk that, and then go on with my life. But I want to show more. Like, I did a reset on Monday morning when I had felt better. I slept in. It was a picture perfect day of, I swear I woke up in a snow globe, like the most beautiful snow I have ever seen. It wasn't too cold outside. Like, the wind wasn't blowing like crazy. We ended up getting like 5 inches. It was gorgeous. And I slept in. I ended up reading and drinking some coffee on the couch and sent my husband off to work with a kiss and a hug, and just like so much thankfulness to be feeling better, to be in this life, to be waking up in a snow globe, like all of these things. And then I did this reset for the morning of the house. Like, after being sick, I didn't clean a whole lot. I mean, I still, again, kept things tidy because I can't handle it otherwise. But that was the first time that I enjoyed and cherished and like loved every bit of taking care of my home. And I was still in like my pajamas, and I, you know, hadn't really done anything productive, nothing work-wise, anything. And it was wonderful. And I have taken that energy and kind of let it like bleed through the rest of my week so far. And obviously we're only to Wednesday, but that's the kind of energy I want to bring into the rest of 2024, and not the hamster wheel energy. I'm not ready, willing, or wanting to get back on the interstate. I'm here for the scenic roads and the back roads, and taking it all in and living life. And so, yeah, this is kind of rambling, and I apologize if you're still here. I appreciate it so much. I'm so thankful for this clarity. I'm thankful in the weirdest way that I got as sick as I did, because it really has me appreciating so much. It has a newfound desire and belief for my health and wellness business that I get to build. Like, I don't have to do that, but I get to do that. And that business allowed me to step away from teaching full-time in the classroom and to get to live this life that I live in, to get to be home during the day, to record videos, or to take care of my home, or to do whatever it is that I do. Right now, this week, I've been helping my dad feed all of his cows, you know, and that's been a really special thing that I could not have done if I was still teaching, you know, and just so many pieces that are right in front of me that I should be so grateful and thankful for, that I have been letting slip by again, because I've fallen back into the rat race of reach goals. And I don't want to blame it on the new year, you know, goals, all the things, but maybe that is part of it. Maybe, you know, when I think of a new year, I think of setting big goals and achieving them and working hard towards them and whatever. Maybe it's because I felt like I didn't really achieve much last year, like I shared with you guys in the last video. You know, I don't know. But what I do know is I feel clear now on what I want and where I want to go and how I'm going to get there. And how I'm going to get there is going to look a lot different than me going and planning, but instead living and just really appreciating the fact that I get to do this, or I get to live this, because I know if I can appreciate this now, when we do build that house, or when we do start that business, or when our family does grow, I'm going to appreciate those moments so much more. So I'm truly setting myself up for success right here, right now, so that those moments in the future can be exactly what I hope that they will be, instead of me developing more and more habits of go, have to hurry up and get all these things done, put all these things to the side because this is more important, when the end of the day, your family is what's most important, you know, your life, because it could all be taken away tomorrow. And I would rather be so thankful that I spent the time on the things that truly mattered while also getting those other things done, versus only focusing on all of these things that need to get done and giving my family, or, you know, the things that I really enjoy in life, a little bit of whatever I have left over. So, yeah, that's where we are. So I am really, really, really excited. I'm really happy. I feel like this is a really pivotal moment right here on my channel, in my businesses. You know, I have more passion than ever to help other women with their health and wellness, and to live life fully, happily, healthily, you know, and to not feel like they have to pick or choose, but that they truly all can coexist. And so my social media has been fun creating, you know, posts again. You can go follow me over at lisa.louise, just like my channel is. There's just a period in between. If you want to, you know, follow along more there. I am just honored with all the women that I get to help, and all the women that I know that I will continue to help in the future. And it's just been fun creating content that, you know, shows what I love about this, and shows what other women could love about this if they chose to work with me and partner with me and do this for themselves in their lives too. So I'm going to wrap this up, but thank you so much for being here. If you have felt any sort of clarity or shift, or maybe you set goals last month like I did and you're already like, whoa, we need to make some changes, you know, comment below. Let me know I'm not alone. And if I am alone, you know what? That's okay too, because I feel so good, so clear on where I'm headed and what I'm doing. And I hope that you will hang along with me for the ride right here on this channel. Would love to continue to get to know you more. You get to know more of my story. And yeah. So thanks for being here, and we will see you in my next video. See ya.